Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's here. I'm brand new video for you guys today. And today we're gonna have a little bit more fun. People are doing these little playstyle plus tier list videos, and instead of commenting on their my opinion, I'll do my own. Always say if you got an opinion you want to say, do your own video. It's very simplistic to make a videos. It's hard to be great at this, but it's not hard to make a video. So we're doing a playstyle plus tier list video. This is just my opinion. If you think differently, I will link the playstyle plus tier list thing in the description below, so make your own tier list, or just comment your opinion on what you think is best playstyle plus. This is all, again, strictly my opinion based on my play styles and which is what I value. So let's get into it. So, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. E tier, I feel like you don't need it a E tier, so we'll delete that row. We will keep a D though, because not all play styles are great. Starting things off with First Touch Plus. I think First Touch Plus is definitely an A tier playstyle plus. I would say S tier, but because of the way this game plays, some playstyle pluses are very inconsistent. And when First Touch is working properly, it's definitely one of the best playstyle pluses in the game. But when the gameplay is being heavy or laggy, inconsistent, then it's an A tier. So I'll say S tier for the sake of if the game's performing in a very well way. Outside of that though, when the gameplay is being this game, it can be a little bit lower. Flare is one of those interesting playstyle pluses. I'm gonna put it in D for now when we talk about it. A lot of people feel like Flare is useless. There are theories from other content creators, other players in the game space, who think Flare mixed with Trivella and mixed with Finesse Shot Plus actually make the finesse shots and Trivella's more likely to go in and make them quicker to release. But outside of that, we're not talking about how playstyle pluses combine with other playstyle pluses. It's about them by themselves. By themselves, Flare isn't really a useful playstyle plus. Press Proven. I think right now Press Proven is one of the best playstyle pluses in a game. I think it's not better than First Touch in my opinion, but on physical strikers is mandatory at this point of the game in June, or days off from July. Strikers pretty much need to have press rules, especially if they're strikers who have high physical attributes and big body types. Rapid plus, I feel like Rapid Plus and Quick Step Plus are essentially in the same kind of like space. Not saying that they're the exact same playstyle plus. You can use them for different reasons, but I think they're in the same space. We're gonna do both of them at the exact same time. I think they're very good, especially when this game is feeling heavy, and how to manipulate the usage of the speed playstyle pluses. There's a lot of benefit to it, so I'm gonna put both of them over here in A. I'm very strict, by the way. Like, you won't see me just throw everything that's good into S tier just because they're good playstyles. Like, no, we're very balanced and very fair. A tier is supposed to be very good in general, like especially when it comes to, like, that's why I don't have a S plus, because S plus should be the elite, and A tier should just be these are very good and great playstyles themselves, and B's like they're good, and C's average, and D's bad. Like, that's how it's supposed to be in my opinion. Technical plus, if you know me, I love technical plus. Technical plus definitely going into the S tier. If you have the right cards with technical plus, it kind of works in a way that's broken. I've seen people complain about technical plus on other content creators' videos, saying like they think it should be nerfed, because it's very good, especially with someone who knows how to use it properly and knows the right time to use it and knows how to combo it. Like, again, I don't want to, like, it's not an S plus because of a way you combo it, but when you think about the ways you can combo this playstyle, let's say you have someone who has First Touch plus and technical plus, so that's someone who have some very good ball control and movement, and let's say you have technical plus with one of the speed freaking playstyle pluses. You get this very rapid, like Messi and Dabinia, who are very rapid with playstyle plus, and very quick. So playstyle plus, technical plus, it's very good. I think it's S tier. Trickster depends on who you are. If you're someone who knows how to utilize Trickster properly, if you're someone who is actually a good skiller, and knows like all the different ways you can use Trickster plus, then it's probably like a B tier playstyle, because it can be very effective, especially when people aren't really expecting you to use it heavily. A lot of people, they just do like the simple button press, and then they just kick them all up and as for a volley. But there's other people who know how to use it better than that, who can just who use it to create chances outside of just do a volley. But outside of that, I'll say it's a C because it's not, as practical and as useful on a day-to-day gameplay basis. Anticipate, A tier. I feel like anticipate, when it comes to your center backs and when it comes to your CDM, you want them to have anticipate. Like, it's just that simple. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on anticipate because I feel like it's very simple. It's very, very, very useful, very, very needed. Block, I would say block is B. Block is almost just like anticipate. It's almost in that same category where you want it on your center backs. You also kind of want it on your fullbacks too. And it's mandatory. I do feel like it's mandatory as a base play style, but not as a base as play style plus. But it's very, very good. Let's rearrange these in order of importance. I'm gonna keep press prudent. You might move anticipate higher and press between. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Anyway, left and right is the higher ranking. Bruiser's in the same spot as block, where it's like it's very, very good. You really want to have it, especially as like a basic play style, even if it's not play style plus, but you really want it. And when it comes to Bruiser, you'll notice when it's not there. Again, it's something that you really want on your center backs. You want on your CDM. You want to be able to have them muscle people off the ball. Anticipate, intercept, right up here. Like I'm putting the head technical. It's S tier is one of the best playstyle pluses in the game. I feel like it's mandatory on fullbacks. I know people think that's weird, but when it comes to this meta, people like they'll take their wingers or fullback up the flank and they'll try to cross it to get that far post freaking cross. Your fullbacks will intercept that header and then pass it off. So you have it in that instance, and you also have it on your center backs, who can cut off passing lanes. It's just, to me, one of the best play styles pluses in the game. It's mandatory, in my opinion, on fullbacks and on your CDMs. It's nice to have it on center backs too, but I feel like for those positions in particular, no fullbacks, CDM, like you can't have a CDM who doesn't have an intercept. Who doesn't have intercept, in my opinion, like you're missing out. Jockey, I would say Jockey is definitely a very good play style to have. Again, it's one of the things that you kind of want more on your fullbacks. But I would say it's just a good playstyle plus. Like, it's not like insane or the best of the best. It's just it's nice. Slide tackle plus, kind of like it's in the same spot, but better than trickster plus. Like, it's a good playstyle. Again, C does not mean bad. C just means average. And I feel like it's in that between spot of good and average. It's useful. It comes in handy, especially when, like, for blocking. Like, I don't use slide tackles to like steal the ball. I do standing tackle for that. I use slide tackles to block shots or block passing lanes. And I've done that a lot of times over players who have this play style plus, and it'll pop up and trigger to get the ball or to block the ball. Ping pass, putting that in A, putting it above the speed options. I think ping pass is one of the best passing play styles in the game. I love it. Like, it's like a decisive pass but quicker. Like, decisive pass is to me is too slow and also inconsistent. Like, a lot of times decisive pass might even go where you're trying to have it go, but ping pass is like, boom, it's right there. Like, it's a fast way to get the ball where you want to get it to, and it's also hard to intercept. Like, and I also like because of this decisive pass, the game can fuck you over, but ping pass, the game won't fuck you over. So if your ball gets intercepted when you do a ping pass, that's your fault. Like, ping pass is very, very obvious when it comes to who fault it is that the ball didn't get to where it needs to get to. I use ping pass a lot. I think it's great on attacking midfielders and even like your box to box midfielders. That way they can get the ball from midfield to the fours relatively quickly and for easy goals. Like, if you watch my recent video from Champs, we use that. We use a ping pass to Garnacho, and then we use a decisive pass from Garnacho to Darwin Nunez, and then scored a goal. Long pass, putting it over here in B. I think the long one is very, very good too. I'm gonna put it like the highest of the B tier. Definitely really good on your center backs. Let's say you're playing defense, you're playing manual defense, you win the ball. Now you want to get that ball out of your box as fast as you can and accurately. So you use a center back who has long ball, and now they have that ball right to the forwards, or they have the ball right to your attacking midfielders. Is good in that instance. Incisive pass, I would say it's pretty much like even between incisive pass and long ball. I would say long ball is better because it's more accurate. Again, I care more about accuracy than just like the actual function itself. Long ball is more accurate. Tiki Taka, Barcelona fan, and I play my play style in this game. I'm not better at all. My play style is passing the ball a lot, maintain possession and then scoring. So I'm going to put this up here in A tier, not S tier. It's not S tier, but it is A tier. I think it's a very good play style. It's very useful for those quick passes. Whip pass. Whip pass is an S tier. I don't really like whip pass that much, but the reason why it's an S tier because it is one of the most meta playstyle pluses in the entire game. Like, regardless of what my opinion is of the meta or how I play the game, this is one of the most meta playstyle pluses in the entire game because of how the meta is played when it comes to like crosses and it comes to being a cross merchant, and even when it comes to just switching. Like, I don't do a lot of meta stuff, but I will use whip pass to create space. Let's say I'm playing the game and someone's using constant pressure and two-man press and I have no space. I'll use the whip pass to get that ball to another player so I can have some space, especially because this game people do tend to play on overload ball size. Most of their players are on whoever had the ball. So when you do that whip pass to, let's say, your other fullback or even to a winger, whoever, like you just hit the pass button to just get it out of that space. There's a big opening in that. That's why people hate. That's kind of how people like. I hate people who are switch merchants. But part of why people hate switch merchants is because people who play overload ball side, they have a big gap in their defense now because you did that switch. So just utility wise, it's just one of the best playstyle pluses in the entire game. All right, acrobatic. Put acrobatic in C tier. Probably moved Trickster a little ahead of that. I do use Trickster sometimes on some of my players who have the playstyle out plus. I think acrobatic is an okay playstyle plus. It comes in handy when it comes to like trying to get like a very hard to get ball. Like, you'll see players have that trigger for like on cross. Let's say they can't get the header off, so they'll just do an acrobatic move, and it can be useful in combination with other playstyle pluses. But again, as I said, you kind of want to judge these on their own merit, not what they do with other playstyle pluses. Aerial is again one of the metas. It's not my favorite playstyle. I don't do a lot of heading, a lot of crossing, because my playstyle again is mostly just tiki taka, pass the ball around, do a finesse shot and things like that, but not really play for crosses and play for corners. That's not really my style. But regardless of not being my style, it is the meta of the meta. Like, you had to put things in S tier. That's the meta of the meta, because there's a reason why it's there. The reason why it's the meta is because of how good it is. And aerial is just that good. And because we're on aerial, we're gonna go ahead and put power header right at the top of A tier. Actually put it between intercept and press proven. Aerial's better power header, but power header for the exact same reason as aerial is one of the best playstyle pluses in the entire game. Long ball, put down here with flare. It's not something people really use, so can it be useful? Of course it can. Any playstyle plus in this game can be useful in the right situations, but again, it's not really used that often. Relentless, I put it in the A. I put it like it's in the same category of A as the speed playstyles. I just think it's a very good playstyle plus. It's very useful. In my opinion, you want to do as little substitutions as possible when it comes to your best players. So I want my fullbacks to have Relentless Plus. I want my CDM to have Relentless Plus, and at least one midfielder to have Relentless Plus, because I don't want to have to take my best players out that often. My forwards, sure, I'm okay with subbing them out, and I honestly don't want to sub out my defenders. Like, so even if I can have center backs who have good stamina, even better. But Relentless Plus is just great for keeping players on the field, and that's why I love it and put it in A tier. Trivela has been nerfed a bit. It's still, if you're good with Trivelas, it's still a great playstyle plus. I want to put it between Relentless and Tiki Taka, because it's still a good playstyle plus. It's just it requires a little bit more effort and skill than say a finesse shot does nowadays. Chip shots I will put I want to say C, because it is pretty solid, but you don't need it to do a chip shots. People say chip shots are dead in the game. I do chip shots all the time. Generally when people move their keeper, I'll just chip them. I've had so many rage quits because I chip people, but at the exact same time, we're talking about the meta. We're talking about usefulness, and it's you don't need it. So we'll put it down at ND. Dead ball plus, I would say, is A tier. I want to put it in S tier. We're going to put it in A tier. We're going to put it behind Anticipate, because I think Dead Ball Plus is very good for set pieces. So you're going from if you know how to do the mini game, to it just being something that you can do. But this just makes that mini game so much easier. You go from scoring, let's say 4 out of 10 of your shots of on set pieces to 8 out of 10. That's kind of what the effect of dead ball does. It makes corners better. Like your corners can be more accurate, more precise, and an easier ball for your players to head into net via dead ball play style. Like everything just becomes easier on set pieces because of dead ball. Very, very great play style in my opinion. Finesse shot is, again, one of the most meta of the meta playstyle pluses. It's one of the playstyle pluses that, you want on your attackers because it makes the game easier for you. It's the easiest way to score when people who are parking the bus. It's the easiest way to score when, you don't really have a lot of opportunities to create your own shots. So you just, bang a finesse and it just gives you a free goal. Keepers have a hard time. Not all keepers. I think Czech is very, very good defending against defending against finesse shots, but most keepers in the game struggle with a finesse shot. And again, talk about like part of why the meta exists is because meta is the easiest thing to do to get you the best success. So easy is the easy way to score. It doesn't take as much effort and skill as the Trivela. And again, if you are someone who knows the mechanic, how to, you're playing with time passing, it's even easier than it already is. So it's just one of the best, if not the best scoring play style pluses in the game entirely. Like it just is what it is. I do think it's probably even better than Intercept. Intercept being to me the best defensive play style plus that you want to have, in my opinion. Last but not least, power shot. Personally, I don't know a lot of power shots. I have, because I'm an opportunist. I do whatever the opportunity allows me to do. So if there's an open shot for power shot, I'm taking power shot. If there's open shot for a cross, I'm going to do a cross. I'm opportunist. My play style is preferred to be like more of a tiki-taka style, but if I see an opening, I'm taking it. So comes power shot. I don't do it often, but if there's a chance for me to have success with it, I will. Outside of that, I think it's just a mid play style plus. We're going to say pretty much in B behind Jockey. I think if you're, again, one of the people who knows how to, manipulate the power shot in a great way from like, the distances, how to control your stick. Again, you're using time scoring. It's probably up there in an A tier for you in particular. But as a whole, I think it's a B tier playstyle plus. But yeah, I feel like this is a fair and balanced situation. There's a lot in A tier, because I think most playstyle pluses in this game are very usable. So that's kind of what this tier list shows you. This tier list shows you that most playstyle pluses are good, and there's not a lot of playstyle pluses that are like bad. Like if you wanted to say that C and D is the lowest of the lowest in terms of like just being bad, that's 6 playstyle pluses in the kind of unusable situation. But again, that's not the case though. I think Trickster is usable. I think Science Tackle plus is very good. And I even think Flares is good if it is true that in combination with Trivelas and finesse shots, that it makes those even easier to go in. A lot of these playstyle pluses are good in combination with other playstyle pluses. I just think that they're all good in my opinion. Like I don't think there's any playstyle plus where it's like if I see that on my card, that won't be true. Because if I see a card with long ball, I might be like, all right, I'm not interested in this. Like long throw, not long ball. Like I'm not interested in a card with long throw plus. Like I'm just not. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. A link to making your own tier list will be in the description box below. I've been waiting to see more art on CNC. I'm out here. Deuces.